Well, here we go again with another adventure with Manny, Sid, Diego, and their friends as I talk about Ice Age Continental Drift. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Dual, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I'm going to review the 2012 computer-animated adventure comedy Ice Age Continental Drift, released by Fox, produced by Blue Sky Studios. Now, my last video, I kind of made an error. This was, I think, was the last film to use the Blue Sky logo before they used Scratch, so I humbly apologize for that. Anyway, this is the fourth installment of the Ice Age film series, directed by Steve Martino and Michael Thurmeyer in his feature directorial debut. We have Ray Romano, John Leguizamo, Denis Leary, Seann William Scott, Josh Peck, Queen Latifah, and Chris Wedge reprising their roles from previous films, along with Peter Dinklage and Jennifer Lopez, yeah, that's right, J-Lo herself, voicing some new characters. This time around, Scrat mistakenly sends Manny, Sid, and Diego adrift on an iceberg with Sid's granny and causing them to face a gang of pirates led by Captain Gut on Earth. Yeah. So, I am going to say this is really something. So, I'll get into this in a moment. Now, if you haven't seen my reviews for the first 3 Ice Age movies, I advise you to click on that card right there, and you can go to the playlist so you can catch what you might have missed, or see them again. I've seen that the first 2 reviews have so far already done so well. I'm sure Dawn of the Dinosaurs will catch up eventually. But for now, I hope you've done that, and if you've seen them already, good, then let's get started. The film takes place 3 years after the events of the last film. Manny and Ellie are living happily with their teenage daughter, Peaches. However, while Ellie supports and accepts her daughter's desire to explore and meet new people, Manny instead becomes exceedingly overprotective, irritating Peaches and driving a wedge between the two. Meanwhile, Sid's family returns, but only to drop off the elderly granny before promptly abandoning them both. Manny then catches Peaches hanging out with a group of teenage mammoths he does not approve of, causing a fight between him and Peaches. Shortly after, a sudden continental breakup caused by Scrat trying to bury his acorn again separates Manny from the herd. Trapped on moving chunks of ice, Sid, Granny, Diego, Manny, and Scrat, but without his acorn, have no choice but to ride out the current. At the same time, a giant land shift encroaches on Ellie, Peaches, and those remaining on land, forcing them to make their way towards a land bridge in order to get to safety. Meanwhile, Scrat finds another acorn at the bottom of the ocean, but a broken one that inside shows a map to the lost area of Scratlantis, which he sets out for. After encountering a violent hurricane which pushes them farther away from land, Manny's group is captured by a band of pirates sailing on a floating iceberg led by a Gigantopithecus, excuse me if I mispronounce that, Captain Gut is his name. So, in other words, that's kind of like a prehistoric ape and what have you. Who attempts to pressure them into joining his crew. When Manny refuses, Gut tries to execute them. This leads to their escape, which inadvertently causes the ship and food supplies to sink. Gut's first mate, a female saber-tooth named Shira, is forced to join them after she is rescued after being left for dead by her mates. The herd washes ashore on Switchback Cove, which gives a current back to their home. After learning that Gut has enslaved a group of Hyrax and is using them to build a new iceberg ship, Manny coordinates a plan with some more Hyrax to free their comrades and steal the ship, and they are able to create a diversion. Just before they manage to escape aboard the ship, Diego tries to convince Shira to leave the pirates and join the herd for a better life, but she, while initially accepting, instead stays behind and slows Gut down so the herd can escape. Gut forms yet another ship and plots revenge on Manny. Meanwhile, during the animals' trek to the land bridge back on the mainland, Peaches joins the group of mammoths from before, only to find out that they do not care about the ongoing danger and they look down on her for being friends with a mole hog named Lewis. When Lewis overhears Peaches telling the other mammoths that they are not actually friends, she realizes who her true friends are, berates the others for their cocky attitudes, and storms off. Now for the ending plus the epilogue. Now, as always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue on. Thank you, and here we go. Okay, you've been warned. After narrowly escaping a pack of sirens, Manny, Sid, Diego, and Granny return home and find that not only has the land bridge been destroyed, but Gut has beaten them and taken Ellie, Peaches, and the rest of the herd hostage. A fight ensues, and Granny's pet whale, Precious, arrives and fends off Gut's crew. Manny defeats Gut in a final duel on an ice floe and reunites with his family and friends. Gut subsequently encounters a siren that assumes the shape of a female version of the prehistoric ape, who eats him alive by trapping him in a giant clam. In the aftermath, Peaches happily reconciles with both Manny and Lewis, and Shira joins the herd and starts a romantic relationship with Diego. With their home destroyed by the land shift, Precious takes the entire herd to a lush land where the Hyraxes from earlier have already started rebuilding their civilization. In the epilogue, Scrat finally reaches Scratlantis, where Erascral welcomes him. When Scrat sees the acorns everywhere, he is overpowered by them and is eagerly hyperactive. When Erascral warns him not to take any more, Scrat unsuccessfully attempts resistance, but then pulls an acorn plug where water comes in and flushes the entire city down. Scrat survives, but when trying to dig where the sea is now, yep, the ground cracks, as he is in a dry desert known as the Death Valley. End of story. So what did I think of Ice Age Continental Drift? Well, I'm going to say it's good and what have you. And of course, like the last two films, it got mixed reception. Still, it's still got a few fun moments. Now, according to the consensus on Rotten Tomatoes, they say it has moments of charm and witty slapstick, but it often seems content to recycle ideas from the previous films. Well, that may be, but it still had a little more creativity to add some good villains and what have you. I will say Captain Gut is a good villain and what have you, I must say. But overall, I'm still gonna say it's not too bad. After I've watched this maybe once, once or twice, but I recently got to revisit the film on Disney Plus, which is where I've seen the Ice Age film so far. Well, I've watched the fifth film, which I'll review that next time, and I will give you a spoiler-free review on the brand new film that just came out not so long ago, which of course is the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild, who unfortunately is not in this movie, considering he was in the last one. Nevertheless, we got the same voice acting cast as before. Ray Romano as Manny, John Leguizamo as Sid, and Denis Leary as Diego. They were all good like they were. We have Queen Latifah as Ellie, Seann William Scott as Crash, and Josh Peck as Eddie. They were good too. Peter Dinklage, who of course was currently big on HBO's Game of Thrones at the time, did the voice of Captain Gut, who was absolutely really good. Voicing Granny is Wanda Sykes, absolutely funny. And J-Lo herself voices Shira. I'm going to say she did a good job as well. We also have Josh Gad as Lewis and Keke Palmer as Peaches. Let's see. We have R&B star Drake as Ethan, a mammoth that Peaches has a crush on. Let's see. Nicki Minaj, who I'm sure everybody knows that is, as Steffi. A mammoth who is Ethan's girlfriend and makes fun of Peaches. Let's see. We have Nick Frost as Flynn and Elphinsteel, one of Guts' crew, and Aziz Ansari as Squint, a rabbit, another member of the crew. We also have Rebel Wilson, just a little bit before she even made it big in Pitch Perfect, and Kunal Nayar, who, of course, that's the guy best known for playing Raj Koothrappali on The Big Bang Theory. If I'm not mistaken, yep, that would be him. But anyway, and a host of others. Of course, Chris Wedge is back as Scrat. We even have Patrick Stewart doing Aristotle. Anyway, the voice acting cast isn't too bad. The story isn't that bad either. I mean, I don't mind what the critics say. This film was just so fun and what have you. I probably would, if I'm ranking these films, this probably would be my third favorite. Let's not jump to any conclusions yet, because I haven't done the ranking. I won't do that until I've watched the Buck Wild film. Nevertheless, despite the mixed reviews, it became the fifth highest grossing film of 2012 and the highest grossing animated film of 2012, as it went on to make $877 million worldwide, just a little less than the last film did. So that made it the second highest grossing film in the franchise. But nevertheless, I thought it was good, with the addition of a few new characters, including some good villains and what have you, which that was superb. And, well, we also have, let's see, John Powell doing the score once again. But anyway, that was good too. So with everything said, would I recommend Ice Age Continental Drift? I'd say, yeah, sure, go ahead. But if you are a big fan of the franchise, if you're a completionist, I'd say give it a one-time watch, just to be on the safe side, okay? But anyway, yeah, this film was pretty big, and of course, 4 years later, there would be one more film to come out in theaters, and that being Collision Course. You'll get a review of that tomorrow, okay? So, that's it. What are your thoughts on Ice Age Continental Drift? You can tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And stay tuned for my next Saturday morning TV log, and I'll be on Exo Squad. And then after that, you'll get the review of Ice Age Collision Course. After that. So thank you for watching, and if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for these other films that are animated. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of 20th Century's recent hit animated feature from last year, Ron's Gone Wrong. Or go to the upper left-hand corner and see my review of Kung Fu Panda 3, which is absolutely really good. Or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of Shrek Forever After, plus a ranking of the 4 Shrek films. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.